This conference will now be recorded.
So in the previous session, we have discussed about automation tools, and we have discussed what exactly an automation tool and what is the use. So what are the various automation tools that we have in Salesforce as part of configuration, which we can use to automate certain actions to be performed by the Salesforce application itself based on certain events. And as part of these automation tools, we have discussed three types of automation tools are available in Salesforce, like workflow rules and the process builder and the flows. Those are also called as lightning flows. So we have discussed what exactly a workflow rule, what it can do, what kind of actions that we can automate through workflows, and what are the various limitations that we have in workflows we have discussed in the previous session. And then we have discussed about an extension of workflows, that is process builder. And we have discussed what exactly a process builder and how it is different from workflow rules, and what kind of actions that we can automate through the process builder, and what are the various limitations that we have in process builder we have discussed. And then we have discussed about one more extension for process builder, the latest and advanced feature of introduced by Salesforce, that is lightning flows. And we have discussed what exactly a flow and what it represents and what we can do with the help of flows, and how these flows are different from workflows and the process builder, and what kind of actions that we can do through lightning flows we have discussed. And we have discussed about the types of flows. Salesforce has provided two categories of flows: screen flow, auto launched flow. Okay, screen flow and the auto launched flow. So now, as part of this auto launched flow, these are being subcategorized into four types here, like record triggered flow, scheduled triggered flow, auto launched flow with no trigger, and we have platform event triggered flows. These are the four types are available as part of auto launched flows. And we have discussed each and every type here, the description we have discussed over there. And in the previous session, we have discussed about the various elements that we have in flows, which we can use to build our own custom business logics. So upon building the business logic through the flow, what are the various of flow elements are available, like interaction elements, logical elements, and the data elements we have discussed in the previous session. And we have discussed about an automation process to send the email notifications to the required users upon creating the record through email alerts. So we have discussed how can we send an email notifications to the people through the flow we have discussed in the previous session. Okay, now, so we have configured the record triggered flow in order to send the email notifications to the required people. Now, so let's see the few more use cases on record triggered flow. Because when you go to the implementations, mainly we are using three types of flows. In the real-time implementations, we are using three types of flows. The first one, record triggered flows. Second one, scheduled triggered flows. Third one, screen flow. Okay, screen flow. These are the three types of flows we are using in real-time implementations in many of the cases. So out of 100%, 80% of the cases are purely record triggered flows. 80% we are using record triggered flows. 10% will be on screen flow. 10% will be on schedule triggered flows. Okay, scheduling will be very, very rare. Okay, now, so in tomorrow's session, I'm going to discuss screen flows, schedule triggered flows. Both I'm going to discuss over there. Okay, now, so today we'll see few more practical use cases on recorded triggered flow. How can we configure few features? How can we automate certain actions through the record triggered flows? Okay, we'll see practically today now. Now let's see here. Come to a small scenario. Let me explain the requirement here first. I'm having my Salesforce org now. So I'm having my Salesforce org. In my Salesforce org, I'm having account object. I'm having this account object. In this account object, I can create some new records inside my object here. When I try to create a new record, it is asking you to provide all the details here, the account record information, and the address information also, and the additional information, and the description information. These are the fields are available here. Now, so now upon creating a new account record inside my account object, we need to provide all these details. So now tell me from these details, all the fields are mandatory or only few fields mandatory? Few fields are mandatory.
Only few.
What is that field is mandatory? Account
Account
name.
name.
In my account object, name field is a required field. Remaining all the fields are optional. You may enter, you may not enter the value for these fields. Now my requirement is, whenever I'm creating a new account record inside my account object, whenever I'm creating a new account record inside my account object, if the account record is in active status, that means if the account record's active status field value is equals to yes, okay, if the account record's active status is equals to yes, then I would like to create this account record. Along with this account, I want to create a related contact record also. Okay, whenever I'm creating an account record, if the account record's active status is equals to yes, then I want to create a related contact record also inside my contact object automatically here. Generally, we have to do this process manually. We have to create the account record first, then we have to create the related contact record. But now my requirement is, upon creating an account record, it has to create, my Salesforce system has to create a related contact record automatically here. Then how can we make this process automated? Till creating the account record, I will take care of. Creating the contact record operation has to be done by my system itself. My Salesforce application has to take care of creating the related contact record inside my contact object. And that too, that contact should not be an independent, it should be linked with my account automatically here. The contact record should be associated with my account over here. This is my requirement. I don't want to create an independent contact. I want to create a related contact record also. Then how can we do this? Okay, now let's see practically in this case. Okay, now. So let's see the scenario here. How can we implement and how to implement this feature? I will show you with the practical as well. Now. So let's make a note of this use case. Configure a lightning flow to create a related contact record upon creating a new account record with active status. With active status. Upon creating the new account record, if the account record's active status is equals to yes, then I would like to create a related contact record for my account object here. Done? Now, let's see. So now let's go with this analysis part first. I will be giving the analysis here. Practical, I will show you. Okay, because I can't dictate the navigation part. It's not a navigational process, purely drag and drop facilities. Okay, now. So now let's see how can we do this. Now I want to create a flow. So what is the flow type here? What type of flow that you want to create now?
Record type flow.
What we need to do here, whenever I'm creating a new account record, once the record has been inserted successfully, okay, once an account record has been inserted successfully, immediately I would like to create a related contact. So that means what? After inserting the account record, I want to fire my flow automatically. It should create a related contact. So whenever your record is getting created, or whenever if the record is getting updated, if the record is getting deleted, if you want to do some actions, then go with the help of a flow of type recorded triggered. That means my record is going to be triggering the flow. Triggering in the sense firing, that means invoking the flow. So the DML operations are going to be invoking this flow to be get fired. It has to do some actions inside my R. So I'm selecting recorded triggered flow. Recorded triggered flow. So what is the object name here? And what object do you want me to create this flow now? Account object.
Account.
Now, I want to create this flow on my account object over here. Because once an account record has been created, then I want to fire this flow to do this action. So now tell me the event name. When you want me to fire this flow? Because we are having 4 options are available here. Like, okay, when a record is created, when a record is updated, when a record is created and updated, when a record is deleted. When? These are the 4 options are available when you want me to fire. Once a record is created. Now, when a record created. So whenever I'm creating a new account record inside my account object, I want to fire this recorded triggered flow. So what are the filter conditions you want me to verify? Now, I want to check
is account status active.
Whatever the account record that we have created, if the account record's active status is equals to yes. If the account is an active account, that means active customer. I'm checking one more condition also. If the accounts industry equals to some banking, I'm checking one more condition also. If the account records customer priority is equals to high, that means customer is having this active status as yes, and then he is associated with the banking industry, and that too he is having this priority as high. So in this case, I would like to fire my flow. Okay, in this case, I would like to fire my flow here. Now, so what you are going to do now here? What is the action? What is the action you are going to do now? If the account records active status equals to yes, and industry equals to banking, and the customer priority is equals to high, then what action you want me to do? I want to create a record. I want to create a record here. Now, what is that object name here? In what object you would like to create the record?
Contact.
Contact here. Now, number of records. How many records you want to create? Either one or multiple.
One.
One record. Okay, only one record. All the options will be available inside that flow. Okay, that you can decide how many records you are going to create. Now, I want to create this, okay, contact record inside my contact object, that too, only one. Now tell me, whenever we are creating a new contact record, inside the contact object, there are some mandatory fields are available, right? Yes, in every object, we have few mandatory fields. For those fields, we have to supply the value. For the optional fields, it's your choice. You may supply, you may not supply, no issues here. But now, upon creating the record, whatever the mandatory fields are available, for those fields, we need to supply the values mandatorily. If you are not passing the value for even for your one single mandatory field, record cannot be inserted, the whole transaction will get rolled back. Now, so I would like to set the values here. Set the field values. Now I want to pass the values here. Now here in this case, whatever the account data that we have entered, that means inside my account record, those values I would like to copy into my contact record. Okay, now, so now this is the contact fields and the account fields. That means which field value of your account should be copied into your contact. Now let me explain over here. Now, I'm giving this complete step-by-step approach here. The navigation I can't show, okay, inside my documentation. I'm giving the step-by-step based on the steps you can able to follow to do the practice. Now, here I'm going to be creating the contact fields over here. I'm having this contact fields are available. In my contact, I'm having last name. Here I'm having phone field. We have fax field, mailing street, now the mailing city, mailing state, mailing postal code, and the mailing country. Inside my contact, I would like to pass this email ID value, title of the contact person. Now this contact record should not be an independent contact, should be associated with an account. Then what needs to be done? Account ID. That means what? Whatever the account record ID that we have, we need to pass account record ID to my contact inside this account ID field over here. Because there is a relationship field is available here. Between account and the contact, we have a lookup association where account is a parent, contact is a child. Inside my child object, we have a lookup field is available, that is account ID. Okay, in this account ID, we have to pass the parent record ID value here. So inside my contact, I'm having a field called as account ID field. Okay, these are the fields. I want to pass the values over here. The values will be coming from where? From my account. I would like to copy the data from my account over here. Now, so I would like to collect the account record name field. Whatever the account record name value is available, I want to copy into contacts last name field. Account record phone value here. I want to copy to contacts phone. Account records fax value, I want to copy into contacts fax field here. Account records billing address information here. Account records billing address information, I would like to copy. I want to collect the account records billing address information into the related contacts mailing address fields over here. Now let me copy this. Now here I'm indicating that billing street, billing city value I want to copy into mailing city. Billing state value, I want to copy into mailing state. Billing postal code, I would like to copy into mailing postal code. Billing country, I want to copy into mailing country here. Now the email ID here. Email ID, I want to make it hard coded. Not only referencing the value from the parent to child, we can pass some hard coded value also. I'm indicating sales at the rate. I would like to specify some honeywell.com. Title, I want to indicate the title value over here, like some sales executive. Now this account record ID value, I want to copy into my contact record account ID field here. This is the flow. These are the steps that we used to follow in order to create a flow which will be creating a related contact records for an account which is satisfied these three conditions over here. Upon creating this account record, if the account record is meeting these three conditions, then I would like to create a related contact. Clear? Understood the concept now? Now, so this is the functionality over here. Okay, this is the functionality. Now, I would like to implement this business logic here through flow. Generally, to do this one, we have to go with the help of triggers. Okay, we have to go with the help of triggers, or we have to go with the normal Apex programming. Instead of using this Apex programming code, I would like to do this implementation with the help of by using mouse clicks with the help of flow itself. Then how can we do this? Okay, now let me show you with the practical here. Okay, now. So let me create the flow now. Let me go to my Salesforce arc. Go to the setup menu. Go to the setup menu. Search for the option flows. So as of now, we have created one flow over here in the previous session. New hiring manager record creation notification flow we have configured. Now let me create that second flow now. Click on new flow button. Now select the flow type, what type of flow you are going to configure. I'm using this record triggered flow. Click on create. Now select the object name. One on what object you would like to create the flow, now that we can specify. Now I would like to indicate this object name as account. Okay, account object here. Now, once you select the object, then select the event. When you want to find this flow. I want to find the flow whenever your record is created. These are the four options. A record is created, a record is updated, a record is created or updated, a record is deleted here. Now, I want to find this flow on whenever a new record is getting created inside my object. I would like to create this flow as well. I would like to find this. Set the entry conditions over here. If you want to check this condition, then we can able to check these conditions also, or else we can check the conditions later also, no problem, whatever you want. Okay, now click on done button here. Okay, click on done button now. So now I would like to use this free form layout over here upon configuring the flow. So this is the free form layout here. So now here I'm going to be creating a flow on my account object, which will be getting fired on when a record is getting created. So upon creating a new record, I want to check the conditions. Okay, I want to check the conditions. Generally, when coming to the programming languages, to check the conditions, we are using the help of conditional statements. But as part of this flow, we are having this decision option. There is a component called as decision. By using this decision component, we can able to check the conditions also here. I'm adding a decision component over here. Now I would like to check the conditions here. Check for banking, that means active banking account. check for active banking account. I would like to check whether the account records active status is equals to yes or not. Whether the account records industry equals to banking or not, I would like to check it out over here. Now specify the label here. Check for banking account record. Whether this record is the banking account record or not, I'm going to preparing the conditions over here. Now, what conditions you want me to make, we can specify. All the conditions has to set. That means all the conditions has to be meet, or any one of the condition. Or if you want to define your own custom logic, then you can define. That means I want to mix both and are also both. So depends upon the requirement here. Now I would like to use these conditions also. Now let's check the conditions over here. Whatever the account record that we have in this account record, okay, this is the account record. The record is a global variable. Whenever we are having this any of the variable which is having this dollar symbol is indicating it's a global variable. Global variable will be holding the current record here. It will collect the current record. I would like to check if the record's active status value is equals to yes or not. I would like to check it out here. Now yes. Next, second condition. Account records, go to the record, the account records, industry field value here. Industry value should be equals to banking. Okay, banking. Next, third condition. Account record, the current records, customer priority. Customer priority value equals to high. These are the values here. Okay, customer priority value equals to high. Now here I am going to be checking these conditions. So upon creating the account record, I'm checking the condition. That means a decision here. Check for banking account record. This is the condition name which I have given here. In this name, it will be having these three conditions are available over here. It will check the condition if the account records active status is equals to yes, and then the rating or industry value equals to banking, priority equals to high. Then click on done button here. Now this is the decision. That means condition. I'm checking the condition here. Just you can map these conditions over here with the help of this connector. So whenever you are trying to be creating a new account record, check this account record if the account record is in active or not. If yes, then what you want me to do now? If the record is meeting these conditions, then create a record. What record? Contact. So now, how to create a contact record now? There is an element called as create record element here. Okay, create record element. This is a create record element here. Now specify the label here. I'm indicating create a related contact. Create a related contact record. Please give the proper meaningful labels over here. Okay, please give proper meaningful labels over here. Don't give like as, okay, label 1, label 2. Okay, don't give the names like that. You can't understand. Now, it is indicating that how many records you want me to create. I want to create only one. So either one or multiple. If it is multiple, then how many records you want to create, you can specify that. I don't want to create multiple, I want to create only one. Now here in this case, whenever we are going to be creating the record over here, we have to pass a value for the fields, right? Yes. So now in this case, how to set the value for this particular record fields? You want me to collect the values from a record? No, I don't have any similar record here. I want to pass the values for my record fields manually. So select this option, use the separate resources and literal values. That means I will pass the values for these fields manually by referencing from the parent record or by hard coding the values manually by my own. That's what here I'm showing both the options to you. We can able to reference the current record, account record values into contact along with some hard coded values also both. Okay, now. So now select that here. Which object you would like to create? I want to create the record inside my contact object here. So now click on the lookup icon, select the object name as contact. I want to create a new contact record over here. Now in this case here, I would like to create the contact record. Upon creating the contact record, we have to set the values, right? Yes, these are the values we need to set. For that one, pass the values over here. Okay, pass the values. Now, set field values for this contact. Now here we can pass that contact field values over here, contact field names. And here we have to pass account field names. Here it is indicating the flow, that means direction it is indicating that here. Copy the value from account to contact. So that here we have to specify destination fields, target fields. Here we have to specify source fields. Okay, based on the direction over here. Now, specify what fields you would like to supply. Last name field. Contacts last name field. Last name field. The value will be collecting from where? Account records, name field value here. Now, go to the record here. You will be having record. That is account record. That means current record over here. In this account record, what field value you would like to collect over here? Name field value. This is the account name field value. So, collect the account record name field value, and this value I am passing to my last name field of my contact over here. Okay, now, next add field. Second one, I would like to collect that phone field. That means like a business phone. The value will be collecting from account records phone field here. Account phone. Collect the value from this account record phone field to contact records phone field. Next one. One by one, we have to do the mapping. Facts, business facts. The value will be collecting from the current account records facts field. Next. Mailing street. I'm collecting the value from the current account records billing street. Billing street. Next one. Mailing city. The value will be collecting it from the current account records billing city. And then mailing state. Now here I'm collecting this billing state. And then mailing country. I'm collecting the value from billing country here. And then mailing postal code. I want to copy the value from current account records billing postal code. Billing postal code. Now, along with this one here, up to this one, we have supplied these values. Now I'm passing the value for contacts email and the title field. Now contacts email field, I'm indicating a hard-coded value over here. If you want, we can specify the hard-coded value over here. Depends upon your requirement here. If you want, we can specify a new resource. In that new resource, we can able to create a variable here. A normal variable we can able to create over here. Now, contact email. Data type will be of type text. And then we can specify that here. Default value, if you want, we can set, or else available for input also. Available for input. Now, here contact email, here we can able to specify that. We can able to supply the value for this. Or else we can make it as hard-coded. Let me create this. Now, contact email address. Now I don't want to make it as empty right now over here. No. Okay, let me remove this one because it requires some additional resources also. We need to create that resource first. We need to store the data. Variable definitions we have to do separately here. I'm removing this one. Now, I want to pass this value over here. Account ID I would like to supply. I'm mapping this account ID over here. Account ID. Collect the value from the current record and the ID field value. Current records, account ID field value. Now this is the mapping over here. That means what? I'm going to be creating the record right now. Upon creating this contact record, I'm passing the value for these fields by collecting it from the account record field values over here. Whatever the fields are required, I'm going to be collecting the values. I'm going to passing to my contact record fields over here. Clear up to this one? Now click on done button. So now we have configured this action, that is create a new record. So whenever I'm creating a new account record, if the account record is meeting these conditions, then I would like to create a related contact record over here. This contact should not be an independent, it should be a related contact record. Here, check for banking account record over here. We are having these conditions. Now done. So now here in this case, so this is the condition over here. If the condition is satisfied, then only it is going to be creating the related contact record over here. Okay, understood the concept now? Now, because here with the help of these flows, we can able to avoid so much coding over there. Generally, if you don't have this kind of functionality as part of Salesforce, then how to implement this piece of code here? Okay, then let me show you with programming here now first. Okay, how much lines of code that we need to write, let me show you first for your understanding here, how we are going to be avoiding the coding part, how we are doing those things with the help of this flow. Now let me show you. So what is our requirement? Whenever I'm creating a new account record, immediately I want to create a related contact. So we need to create a trigger. Okay, we have to create a trigger over here. So now here I'm indicating this a trigger, like as the trigger name, accounts a trigger on account object. Instead of trigger, we are using flow over here. Okay, now we have to specify the event. When you want to find this trigger, after insert, once account record has been inserted successfully, then we are going to be collecting this account record. Now I would like to check whether really the trigger has been fired on after insert event or not. So we are using some context variables. Trigger dot is insert and trigger dot is after. We are writing this piece of code. And then whatever the records I'm trying to insert inside my account object, I need to hold the current record, because here it is holding in the form of dollar variable dollar record. It is holding the current account record here, because here it is indicating this. Now inside that we have mapped this value. Upon mapping this record value, here we are having record variable, a global variable, which is holding the current account record which you have created. So in this case, those records will be holding inside my Salesforce in the form of a context variable that is called as trigger.new. It is creating that. There is a context variable called as trigger.new. From there, I would like to collect that account record here. Now, whatever the record that we have created just now, I need to collect this account record from this particular collection here, because this is a global variable which will be holding the record which we have created just now. Because in flow, this is nothing but our global variable record, dollar record. So now from there, I'm collecting the record value. Now we have to check the condition. Here we have prepared the condition over here. We are checking the conditions over here. If the record is having active status is equals to yes or not. If the record is having industry banking or not, priority equals to high or not. So we need to check the conditions here. If SEC record dot active status is equals to yes. And ACC recorded dot industry equals to banking. And ACC recorded dot customer priority equals to high. So now here we are checking these conditions here. These are the three conditions we are verifying over here. If these three conditions are satisfied, then what needs to be done? We need to create a related contact record over here. If the conditions are satisfied, then I would like to create a related contact record. For that one, we have to write the piece of code. Contact record, some contact record equals to new contact. We are creating the object of this class, and then once the contact record has been prepared, here we have selected that here. What you want to do? I want to create a contact record over here. It will be preparing this object of this class automatically. Here we need to pass the values for each and every field over here. So here also we need to pass here. Contact record dot last name. I need to collect the data from account records name field. Contact records, okay, phone field. We need to collect the data from accounts phone field. Contact records fax field here. I'm collecting the data from account records fax field. Contact records mailing street. We are collecting from account records billing street. Now, contact records mailing city. We need to collect it from account records billing street over here. Billing city. Now, we need to collect this contact records state field. We need to get the data from billing state. Contact records mailing country. Billing country value. And contact records mailing postal code. We need to indicate billing postal code. And then we have supplied the values. Along with that, here finally what we need to do, we need to make this contact to be associated with this account. So we need to pass this value also. Contact recorded dot account ID equals to ACC recorded dot ID. And then we have to insert this contact here. This is a piece of code we have to write. Whatever the steps we are writing in the programming, same steps we are doing just by using mouse clicks. That's what I told you in the beginning of the flow. Flow is a new way of writing the programming declaratively. Declaratively means what? By using mouse clicks. Okay, these conditions we are preparing through mouse clicks over here. These are triggers we are preparing in the form of flow, recorded triggered flow. These events we are indicating over here. And these records we are going to be creating, we are passing these values, everything we are doing here with the help of mouse clicks itself. We are not writing any code. Previously, we used to write this much of lines of code as well over here. But now we are not writing even a single character also, we are doing through mouse clicks itself. Clear? Understood the concept now? Now. Let's see. Now my flow is ready here. Now click on save button. Specify the flow name over here. I'm indicating create a related contact for account. Create a related contact for account. Now click on save button. So now my flow has been configured successfully here. Now activate that flow. Click on activate. Now my flow has been activated successfully here. Now let's go back and test it here. Now let me check, do we have any validation tools available on this objects or not? Let me check this one. If there is any validation tools, let me deactivate. Now I have deactivated this. Let me check on my account object also. Do we have any validation tools? Let me deactivate them. Account phone is required and the rating is hard for the banking customers. Okay, fine. Now let me go with these accounts here. I'm trying to be creating a new account record right now. Click on new button. Click on next. So now here I'm giving this account record name over here. So let me choose a name here. Let me create a new account record over here. For example, some Vijay Krishna. I'm creating a new account record name with the name some Vijay Krishna. Vijay Krishna Reddy. So now this name value will be copying into my contact records last name field. My contact name also Vijay Krishna Reddy over there. Now here I'm giving this values account number like as some customer. So now 7003456. Account site I'm indicating as banking. Type I'm indicating as customer direct. Industry I'm indicating as banking here. Rating value I'm passing as hard. Phone number I'm giving some value. Fax number also I'm passing that same value. The website I'm indicating as some tcs.com. Ownership some public. Number of employees some 500. Annual revenue some 20 lakhs. Annual revenue 20 lakhs. I'm giving this a billing street. Some flat number 602. So now here I'm going to be indicating this. Some city apartments. I would like to specify some Banjara Hills. Road number 12. City will be some Hyderabad. State some Telangana. Postal code 500 some 034. Country some India. I'm giving the priority as high. Active status as yes. Now this is the data here. I have entered. Now I'm creating a new account record. These are the details that I have entered for my account. So now tell me, will my record is satisfying all the three conditions or not? The first condition should be active status should be equals to yes. So now here we have verified this. Active status is yes. Second condition, priority should be high. Third one, industry should be banking. So all the three conditions are getting satisfied. Now click on save button. As soon as once you click on this the save button, your new account record has been created successfully. As soon as whenever I'm creating a new account record, so now the account record has been created successfully with the details which we have entered here. Once the account record has been created successfully, immediately it will be creating a related contact also. When you go to the related tab, we are having a related contact record has been created successfully. When you open this contact, we can see that same details of your account. Whatever the data that we have entered inside the account, the same data has been copied here. Account record name has been copied successfully. Phone number also copied. Fax number also has been copied. Address information also has been copied. The complete data. Like as billing street has been copied. Billing city, billing state, billing postal code, billing country, everything has been copied into my mailing address fields automatically by default here. Clear? Understood the concept now? Now. So this is how we can able to create a record inside your object here. Okay. This is how we are going to be creating the record inside your object. Understood the concept now? Now. So whenever we are going to be creating the record, we can create the related contacts also inside your contact object. Clear? Now. Next one. This is the first requirement here. This is a sample piece of code of that first requirement. Next one. Take one more requirement over here. take one more use case.
Feroz, I have one doubt here. Between what two objects we can create such flow?
Now,
Or
the
what
record should
condition
be
needs to be met?
associated. Sorry. Yeah, the conditions has to be met. If the conditions are satisfied, then only it will fire, or else it won't fire.
I mean, between any two objects we can create such flow?
Any two objects also we can create, no issues. Okay, but the field we have to supply. Field values we have to supply.
Okay, there should not be any relation between these two objects.
No, not required. Not required. Okay, relation need not be added. If the relation is there, here we are writing this last condition. If the relation is not available, we are not writing this last condition. That's it. Nothing else.
Oh, okay, Feroz. Yeah, thank you.
Let's see. Now let's take one more small use case over here. Now, let me take one more small use case requirement. Now, first of all, let me check that one. I will show you the practical use case here first, and then I will show you that requirement here. What exactly that? Now, for example, I'm having an account record. Okay, for example, I have an account record over here. So this is my account record that we have with the name Burlington Textile Corporation of America. Okay, this is the account here. For this account, I'm having all these values are available. We have the name of this account number here, type value, industry, annual revenue, rating, phone and the fax, website, and then we are having this ownership and the employees and the SIC code. All the values are available along with this address also. Okay, we are having this address information also available here. So now I'm changing this address over here. Like for example, I'm indicating flat number some 34, software units layout, Madhapur. City I'm indicating as Hyderabad, state some Telangana, 500 some 021, and the country as India. I'm giving this active status as yes. Active status as yes. Okay, now let's see. So this is the data that we have. I'm having an account record. Now for this account, do we have any related contacts here? How can we check? Related tab, right. Go to the related tab. Now it is indicating there is one related contact is available with the name Jock Rogers. So this is the contact record name that we have for this particular account. Now, can I create some more related contacts for this account? Yes or no? Yes, we can do that. How can we do this one? Now we can go to this contacts related list, click on new button. When I click on this new button, observe what will happen. It is collecting this account record name automatically to my account name field here. It has collected the account record phone into the contacts phone field. It is collecting the account records fax into the contacts fax field. It is collecting the account record billing address into mailing address fields automatically by default. That means what? Whenever I'm creating a related contact for the account record name and the phone number, fax number, address information will be copying into contact automatically here because this contact is related to this account. So this account and the contact both will be in sync. So both will be having that same detail, same contact information. Clear? Now, because customer is same, but the only difference is in account record we are having basic details of the customer. In the contact record we are having contact details of the customer. Both the records are belongs to the same customer, so both the records will be having same phone, same fax, same address information exactly. Okay, now here I'm giving this contact name over here. I'm giving the first name as some Ramesh, last name as some Kumar. I'm creating this another contact for this account with the title like as some HR manager, department, some recruitment. Understood the concept now? I'm creating one more contact for this same account over here. How many contacts are available now for this account? 2 contacts are available here. Now the phone number is same, fax is same, address is same. Now I'm creating one more contact also. Click on new button here. Again, it has copied this account record name, phone number, fax number, address information copied here. Now I'm giving this contact name as some Santosh Kumar. Title as some sales manager. He is working in sales department. Click on save. How many contacts are available now? 3 contacts. Now I'm creating one more. Click on new button. Again, same story. Phone has been copied, fax has been copied, and the name, and then address also has been copied. Now I'm giving this name as like some Kiran Kumar. Now here I'm indicating like as some service engineer. He is working from service department. Now click on save. How many contacts are available for this account now? 4 contacts are available. In all these 5 records, 1 account, 4 contacts. In all these 5 records, same phone, same fax, same address information. Okay, clear up to this one? Now, for example, here, come to this scenario. We have this account record, we have related 4 contacts are available. Upon creating the contact record for this account, it is collecting the account record data into contact automatically here. Account name, account phone number, and the fax number, address information. It is collecting automatically. Suppose in future, if I'm changing the account record phone number there, if I'm changing the account record phone number, will that new phone number will be updating in all these related 4 contacts? Yes or no? Let's see. In this case, it won't reflect those changes. I'm going to my account record. I'm changing this phone number. This is the phone number that we have. I'm changing this phone number to all our 9s. I'm giving this phone number here. When I click on save, now this phone number is updated in my account. Let's go to the related contacts over here. Now tell me, will that phone number has copied over here? No, phone number is not updated over here. Now my requirement is whenever I'm making some changes in my account record, then the corresponding changes should be reflected into my contact also. Both should be in sync. How can we do this?
In flow, we have to select update and creation.
So now in this case, how can we implement? What needs to be done? Whenever a new account record has been updated, okay, whatever the account record has been updated successfully, now I would like to collect the account record data. Based on that account, I need to collect the related contacts. I want to sync the data over here. Okay, I want to sync the data over here. How can we sync this data over here? Generally, this operation we have to go with triggers. Okay, here also same code. We have to go with the help of triggers. Through triggers only we can able to achieve this. But now I don't want to go with the programming. I want to do this one with the help of flows. Okay, I want to go with the help of flows. What needs to be done here? In this case, how can we create? Now tell me, okay, what is your analysis part on this one? and what object we need to create the flow, and what event you want me to find the flow, what are the steps that we need to do, okay, please let me know. Then based on that, I will implement this. Whenever a record is updated, what record? Account record, right? That means flow should be created on what object? Account object.
Account
Okay,
object.
account object. Whenever an account record is getting updated successfully, then I would like to sync this new data into my related contact over here. So we need to create a flow on account object, which should be getting filed on after updating the records, not at the time of creation. Just now in the previous use case, we have used this, okay, an event called as after creation. Now we are using updation here. Once the record has been getting updated now, then what we can do? You want to, if you want to update the context, we have to bring the context, right? Now, for that account, contacts may be there, may not be there. There is no guarantee. If there is a contact, then how many contacts are available? Multiple. Okay, multiple contacts. Now, how can we reflect them over here?
Get record count.
Okay, get records, right? Now, there is a flow element is available that is called as get records, right? We have get records, we have create records, update records, delete records. These are the 4 elements here. Now, get records element we have to use to get the account contact records based on this account. So, whenever a new account record is getting updated, now I want to collect the related contact records from the contact object by making a query. In order to query the data, we are using the help of an element called as get records element. Get the records from this particular object through this get records element. How many records you want to get? Only one or multiple? Multiple also. Because for this account, whatever the related contacts are available, I would like to collect those contacts and then I would like to relate over here. That means I would like to sync the data as well here. For each and every account record, contact record, I want to sync the data of your account over here. Clear? Now, then how can we do this one? Now, let's see, okay, with the practical use case. How can we implement the functionality? Now, let's see. Make a note of this one. Configure a flow to synchronize the account records data details into the associated contact records automatically upon updating the account. Now, done? Now, let's see. How can we implement this functionality? Now, let me show you with the practical over here. So, we need to create the flow. Okay, and what object we need to create the flow now? Account object, right? Now, object name. Object name will be account. Event name is after update. After update. flow type as record triggered flow, record triggered flow. Okay, record triggered flow. Here I would like to have an indication over here. Inside my contact object, I would like to have a small indication, like as a, you want me to copy this billing address into, okay, like as a billing address into your mailing address of the contacts or not. If the indication has been selected, that means if the checkbox has been selected, then I would like to copy this data over here. Now, filter condition. I would like to check the filter condition over here. Now in my account, there is a checkbox field. Copy billing to mailing address is equals to true. That means if the option has been selected, this is the checkbox field here. Checkbox field. Now I would like to update the records over here, where select the object name. Action. So what we need to do, get the related contacts. Get the related contacts based on the account ID. Based on the account ID, get the related contacts over here. Get the related contacts. Once the contacts are available here, assign the values from account to contact. Assign the values from account to contact. Here also I want to sync the data here from account to contact. I would like to sync this data over here. Now, let's see with the practical use case, how can we do this? Done with these points now? Now. So let me go to my account object now. In my account object, I'm creating a field over here. Which is of type a checkbox. Sync billing address to contacts. Sync billing address to contacts. Click on next button. Make it visible to all the profile users, which should be visible on all the page layouts also. Now click on save. So now my field is available over here. Okay, now my field is available. So now let me create a flow now. Click on new flow. Select the flow type as record triggered flow. Select the object name as account object. I'm selecting this event as whenever your record is updated. Okay, whenever your record is getting updated, I would like to get the account record data. This data I want to sync into the related contacts. Now, so now if you want to check the entry condition, then you can able to check the entry conditions also. I'm checking this condition over here. I want to check if the account record active status is equals to yes. If the account record is in active status right now, okay, if the account record is in active status right now over here, I would like to check the condition over here. And along with that, we can able to check that second condition also. Whatever the condition that you want, we can able to check that. Now the second condition is what? I want to check that. Now the sync billing address to contacts Now is it changed equals to true. That means if the value has been changed, okay, the value has been changed. And that too, I'm checking the condition here. If this value is equals to true, okay, value is equals to true. So now here the value has been changed. Suppose for example here, already they have changed this value here. That means they have selected it as true. Okay, they have selected it as true over here. Now, in this case, whenever you are updating again, I don't want to sync. Whenever the value has been changed and that too it has been modified to true, that means from false to true, then only I would like to make it change over here. Okay, we have to update. I don't want to update on all the cases over here. Whenever the value has been changed, then only I want to update. Now, let's see, for example here, assume that I'm having this record. Whenever I'm updating this account record, I want to reflect these new values into the related contacts. For example, here this is a Burlington Textile Corporation of America account record. For this account, we are having 4 related contacts are available, but the phone number is different here. Now tell me in this case, I have clicked on this edit button to modify this account over here. Have you modified anything till now? No. When I click on this save button, do I need to update these changes back to database? No. Do we need to reflect these changes to contacts? No. Why? I did not modify anything, nothing. Simply I have clicked on edit button, save button here. That's it. Now, for example, I have clicked on this edit button over here. I have clicked on save button. You want me to update this one into my contacts? No, because I haven't modified anything. Now, I'm editing this record now. I have changed this condition value here. I have changed this value to true. Can I update now? Yes. If the checkbox has been selected, if something has been modified, then only we can able to update here. Or else we can't update these values. Now. So now here in this case here, that's what I'm adding this condition as part of my flow. I'm checking the condition here. If the account record is in active status, that too, this billing address, this checkbox has been changed, and then that too they have modified this value as true. Then only I would like to update this data over here. Now, so now in this case, I want to update the records. Whenever you are updating the records here, we are having 2 options over here. Fast field updates, second one, actions and related records. Fast field update means what? If you want to update the records in the same object here, if you want to update the fields in the same object, then we can go with this fast field updates over here. But now, where you want to update the records in my contact, that means related records. So at that time, we have to go for actions and related records. It is clearly indicating update the fields on the record that triggers your flow to run. That means whatever the object on which your flow has been configured, if you want to update the fields in the same object, then go with this option fast field updates. If you want to update the fields in the cross objects here, that means other objects, then we can go with the help of actions and related records. That means child object records. These are the 2 options are available here. Okay. Now, upon updating the fields, we can update the fields in the same object, or we can update the fields in the related objects also, both. Okay. Now click on next button. Now just to go with that, free form layout. Okay, free form layout. So now in this case here, I'm going to be collecting these records over here. If the value has been modified, then what I want to do, I would like to collect that recorded data here. Whatever the records are available, that means this is account record. Just now account record has been updated, conditions has been verified. Here all the 3 conditions are met. The conditions has been met. Now here what I want to do is, I want to sync this data to my related contacts. If you want to get that related contact, then first of all, we have to use this element, get contacts over here, get records element. Use this get records element over here. I'm giving the label as get related contacts. Okay, get related contacts. Get related contacts. From what object here? From contact object. From contact object. So now what records you would like to collect it over here now? I want to collect these records over here based on the condition. So whatever the account record ID is equals to my account records ID value. My account records ID value. Okay, now that means what I'm doing, whatever the account record that I have updated, I'm collecting the account record ID. Based on the account record ID, I'm collecting the related contacts by collecting from the contact object over here by comparing with the field relationship field, that is account ID over here. Okay, I'm collecting these contact records. How many you want me to get? Only the first record? No, I want to collect all the records over here. Okay, all the records. Now here I would like to now how to store the recorded data over here. So in this case here automatically store all the fields also, or if you want to choose to assign these values, then we can able to assign these values also. Now I want to collect this all the records over here. Now I want to collect it here. Now I'm going to be collecting this. Whatever the account records are available over here, I would like to collect this account records over here. Collect automatically store all the field values over here. Collect all the records. Now click on done. So now here I'm collecting this account records over contact records over here. Now I would like to update the data. Let me map the connection now. So now I would like to update this data over here. I would like to map this data also over here for this one. Now the field values we need to assign. Collected field values.
Because can you explain that account ID once? Like an
Now the records collection. This is the records collection over here. Get the records over here. I want to set the field values. Now let me check. So now we are collecting this each and every account record, and then for this contact record, we need to collect this. We need to assign the values also. Whatever the account record IDs are available, account record values, we need to pass those values automatically. The options are not available here. So now check for the entry conditions. If the account record active status equals to yes, and the building address field has been selected over here. If the value is equals to true, we are updating the records. Let me take this now. I would like to collect these related records over here. Update the related contact records. Specify the conditions to identify the records. I would like to collect the related contacts and then I would like to update them. I'm using this new update records over here. Specify the conditions to identify the records and set the field values manually automatically here. I want to collect these contacts. I want to get the contact records based on that fields. Based on the account ID field, I would like to get these values. So now if the account record value is equals to the based on the account record ID. Based on the account record ID, I'm collecting this. I'm collecting the account record ID, and for this account records, whatever the related contacts are available, I'm collecting those contact records, and then I would like to set the value for those fields. Now, let's see. So whenever the account record is created, updated successfully, if the checkbox is selected, then I would like to get the related contacts. For that one here, I'm going to be using this update record action over here. So now I would like to update the related contact records. Now here upon collecting this account contact records, I'm using this specify the conditions to identify the records and set fields individually. That means what? Whatever the contacts are available for this account, get those related contacts based on the account ID. Bring the data, update the records of this object type. So please collect this object record, that means contact, based on what? Based on the account record ID. Based on the account record ID, collect those respective contact records by comparing with this account ID field value inside my contact here, because this is the relationship field over here. Get the related contacts and then it has to be update the value. What value would like to set? For this contact, I would like to update that phone value here. Phone value, I would like to update it from the account record phone field value. Account records phone value. Next, I want to update the contact phone fax number here. Fax field value, I want to get it from the account records fax field. I want to collect the address also here. I'm updating the address information also. Suppose if you in future, if you have modified this value here, like as address information, mailing street, I want to copy the data from billing street. Billing street. And the mailing city, I want to copy the data from billing city. Billing city. Mailing state, I'm getting the data from billing state. Mailing country, I'm getting the data from the billing country. Mailing postal code, I would like to get the data from billing postal code. Now, so whenever you are updating an existing account record, if the account records checkbox has been selected, then I would like to sync the data here. I would like to sync the data from account record phone and the fax to contact record phone and the fax. Account record billing address also should be copied into contact records mailing address automatically here. Okay, now click on done button. Now we are going to be updating the records over here. I would like to update the record. Click on save. Sync account address to related contacts. Account address to related contacts. So now we have configured a flow. Now click on activate. The flow has been activated successfully now. Now let's test the functionality. Let's go back to your account over here. This is account record that we have. So now here I'm having some different phone number and the phone number value is available. Inside the related contacts, I'm having this a different phone number is available. So now let me sync that. I'm going to the account. Click on edit button. I'm changing this value over here. Phone number to some different value. Fax number I'm updating over here. Fax number value I'm updating here. Now here I'm selecting the checkbox, sync billing address to contacts. Okay, whatever the billing address that I have given over here, the same address should be copied into my contact also over here. Now click on save button. So once you click on this save button, it will be sync the data over here. Is this account record is an active status? Yes. We have selected the checkbox also over here. We have selected the checkbox also, then automatically it will sync the data. Let's go to the related contacts over here. Now the phone number has been updated over here in all these 4 contact records also. Now we can open this record. Phone number has been updated here. Fax number also has been modified. The same address also has been copied into your mailing address fields also of your contact records also. Now this is the Jack Rogers contact record here. Here also the data has been copied. Same phone, same fax number, and then address also has been copied automatically in all the related contacts. Okay. So whenever you are updating the account record, we can able to reflect the changes into the related contact records also. Okay, that facility will be available to you. So usually, if you want to implement this kind of functionality, we have to go with the help of triggers. Through triggers only, we can able to implement this functionality over here. But now, just with the help of flow, by using mouse clicks, we can able to do this one here. If it is a trigger, it is going to be expecting some lengthy code. We need to collect the record values. We need to sync into your related contacts also here. Okay, clear? Next one. Take one more small use case here. Now, let me show you one more small use case. For example, assume that I have 2 objects with me. Okay, I have 2 objects are available with me over here. Now, the first one, hiring manager object. Second one, position object. Now tell me these 2 objects are custom or standard? Custom objects. Okay, these 2 are custom objects now. Now in this case here, between these 2 objects, do we have any relation? Yes, there is a relation which we have mapped between these 2 objects. Let me go to my schema builder. So now between these 2 objects, we are having this lookup association where hiring manager is a parent and the position is a child. Okay. So these are the two objects are available. We are having lookup association. Now tell me, in lookup association, if I am removing a parent record, what about the child? Child will exist, child will be deleted.
Child will be exist.
Child will be existed as it is. Whatever the childs are available, child records will be existed as it is. But now my requirement is whenever I'm deleting this hiring manager record, it has to delete the related position records also. That means I want this functionality. This is one additional behavior that I want as part of my application requirement. This kind of additional behavior has been given by Salesforce between account and the contact. So whenever you are having this account record and the contact, between these two we have lookup association. Even though we have the lookup association between account and contact, upon removing the account record, related contacts will be getting deleted. Now the same behavior I want in between my custom objects also. Usually this behavior will be available between master detail associations, but now I want that behavior between my two objects which are having lookup association. Then how can we implement this? Now let's see practically here. Clear? Understood the requirement now? Now let's see. Make a note of this one. Configure a lightning flow. Configure a lightning flow to remove the related position records from the object upon removing the hiring manager record. Upon removing the hiring manager record, I want to delete the related position records also from my position object. Okay, clear? Now, in this case here, I would like to remove this hiring manager records. Upon removing the HR, I want to remove the related positions also. But I would like to apply the condition over here. Upon removing the hiring manager, which is having the designation as HR manager, then only I want to remove the related positions. In the remaining cases, I don't want to do that here. Okay. Now, upon removing the hiring manager record, which is having the designation HR manager. Whatever the hiring manager record that we have, which is having the designation as HR manager, upon removing those records, I would like to remove the related child records also automatically. Okay, now. So now let me show you with the practical over here, how can we do this? So now tell me what is your approach in this case? How can we do this one? I'm creating a new flow. What type of flow? Record triggered flow. Now, and what object we need to create the flow now? Hiring manager, right? Okay, hiring manager. So now I want to create the flow on hiring manager object. Now tell me what is that event over here? Your record is deleted. Now select the checkbox here, select the radio button, your record is deleted. So whenever we are trying to be deleting a record from this hiring manager object here, I would like to collect the related hiring position record from my position object here. Now click on done button here. Select that layout type as freeform layout. This is the entry here. Now I want to check the condition. Whatever the record you are trying to delete is the record is having the designation HR manager or not. I want to check. For that one, I'm using this decision element over here. With the help of this decision element, I would like to check here. Check for the HR manager. Now, here I'm indicating the label here. Check for a designation. Check for designation HR manager. I want to check the condition here.
Even we can validate this condition as part of the prerequisites, right?
Right, we can do that. Now, so here we can able to check the condition here. I want to check the condition if the hiring manager's designation value, the HR records the designation value is equals to HR manager. Okay, HR manager. That means what? I'm adding this condition over here. Whatever the HR record you are trying to delete right now, if the records, okay, designation is equals to hiring manager or not. If yes, I'm collecting this record over here. So whatever the record that we have deleted right now, I'm going to be checking this condition here. If the records designation value is equals to HR manager or not here. If it is HR manager, then what needs to be done? I want to collect the related position records. How to get the related position records now? By using the element, what is that element here? Get records element here. Okay, get records element. I'm using this get records element over here. Get the related position records. Get the related position records. I'm giving the description. Select the object name from which object you would like to bring the data here. Position object. I would like to collect the data from position object now. Based on what condition, I would like to collect that condition over here. Now, what is that field? Hiring manager field here. Inside my position object, there is a lookup field is available, that is hiring manager, whose value is equals to the HR records ID over here. Whose value is equals to the HR record ID. Whatever the hiring manager record that we are trying to delete right now, collect the hiring manager record ID. Based on that ID, compare with the lookup field, get the related records from that position object here. Now I would like to collect all the records also over here. Okay, all the records also over here. Whatever the matching records are available, collect all the matching records and then place them to the collection. Now, so as soon as whenever the record is trying to delete, I'm checking the condition. If the condition has been met, now I would like to collect the related, okay, matching records over here. Now check for the designation hiring manager. Yes, if the condition is satisfied, if the condition is satisfied, the outcome of this condition is, okay, if it is satisfied, then only I would like to execute this. That means before executing this get records, please check that if the condition is satisfied. If the condition is satisfied, then execute this statement, so it will bring the data. Once the records are available, what needs to be done? I need to delete them here. So I'm using this option called as delete records. Okay, delete records. Delete the related positions. Delete the related positions. Now, what records you would like to collect over here? Use the ID stored in the record variable. Now, I would like to use that because just now I have prepared a condition over here. That means get records. What is that it is indicating? Now, get the related position record. This is a collection name. It is preparing that. In this collection, I'm having the records are available here. Whatever the records available inside this particular collection, get those records and delete those records also from my object over here. That's it. So that here I'm mapping this relation here. It will do this operation over here. So I'm going to be creating a flow on my hiring manager object. So which will be getting fired whenever you are trying to be deleting the record over here. Before deleting this hiring manager record, it will check the condition. If the condition is equals to the HR manager, and then it will be bring that respect to related child record. Once the child records are available, then we are going to be deleting this child records from your object over here. Clear? Now. So let me save this. Delete related positions for HR record. Click on Save button. Now my flow has been configured successfully. Click on Activate. Now done. So let's go back to your hiring manager over here. I'm having this Abhinav Sharma record. Do we have any related positions? Yes, there is a position record is available here. Now it may be having one position also, multiple positions also, whatever it might be over here. Now, whenever you are trying to be deleting this, okay, hiring manager, in position object totally how many records are available as of now? You are having 6 records are available. But now this Abhinav Sharma is associating with this position Oracle PLSQL developer here. Upon removing this hiring manager record, it should remove that child record also. I'm deleting this record now. Click on delete. I'm removing the Abhinav Sharma record. Click on delete. Now my Abhinav Sharma record has been deleted successfully here. Let's go to that. Go to the positions. Now, do we have this record here?
Yes.
Now, Oracle PLSQL developer record.
Since we didn't verify the condition, like in the
Okay,
should have
now the HR manager condition we need to
HR
verify.
manager.
Now let's see. We have this Abhishek Tripathi record is available. We don't have any positions. Let me check any other HR record. Arul Arumugam. Do we have any positions? Yes, there is a position. I'm changing this designation as HR manager because this condition we are applying only for HR manager records over here. Now click on save. Now this Arul Arumugam record is having this designation as HR manager. Upon removing this record, it should remove the record that is senior Salesforce developer. Let me check that. So now I'm going to my object over here. As of now, 6 records are available. This is the 6th record, senior Salesforce developer that we have. It has to be get removed automatically. I'm removing this record right now, Arul Arumugam. Click on delete. Now my parent record has been deleted successfully. Let's go to the positions over here. Now that record also has been deleted. Previously we have 6. Now we are having only 5 records are available here. Okay. So even though you are having the lookup association between the two objects, whatever the additional behaviors that you want, we can able to add those additional behaviors on top of that relationship with the help of these automation tools. It may be through programming also by using triggers, or it may be by using your automation tools also configured in Salesforce as part of out-of-the-box features, anything. So depends upon your requirement, we can able to implement these functionalities as well. Okay, clear? Now, this is how we can able to configure the automation rules over here in Salesforce, which is of type recorded triggered flows. Okay, now, so in tomorrow's session, we'll see the stream flow and along with that scheduled triggered flow. How can we find some action based on some scheduled time? We'll see the practical concept also over. Okay, understood the concept now? Don't miss that tomorrow's session here. That is very, very important here.
Yeah, Firoz, I have one doubt. In between both the objects, if we have any relationship, we are able to find with help of the schema builder, right? In order to get to know what are the flows are associated to between the objects, do we have any option? Like, if I'm new to the member, if I just want to understand what are the different relationship between the objects, what are the different flows have been configured to objects, can we get to know that?
No, in that one here we don't have those such kind of options over here. Now here we can able to check those flows, whatever we have configured over here.
Okay.
Okay, this is the way we can able to see that flows over here. But here is it on which object we need to check it out over. Okay, manually we need to check it out.
Okay, that's why we need to give the name very cautious so that we can able to understand.
Right, exactly.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Yes, sir. So even when